This is an interview with Professor Shunichi Nakamura, IABSE Vice-President. Please tell us when you joined IABSE and what motivated you to join.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce myself first. I worked for a steel company as a bridge engineer for 21 years after I graduated from Kyoto University. I was engaged in design and construction of many bridges, including the Tokyo Bay Aqua Line Bridge, which is 1.5 kilometer long sea crossing bridge, steel box girders with steel piers, and also Akashi Kaikyo Bridge, the world's longest suspension bridge. I was in charge of cable fabrication and installation. Then I moved to Tokai University, where I teach and research on structural mechanics and bridge engineering until now. I've been interested in design and construction of bridges and structural projects, and my research topic is not purely academic, but something in between practice and academic, which is in line to IABSE's objective. I am always fascinated with IABSE's activities such as the conferences, publications, technical activities, young engineers colloquiums, and awards and prizes and so on. I was partly educated in the UK and worked in Malaysia, India, China, and USA. I wanted to contribute internationally, and this was my primary motivation behind joining IABSE in 1997.
Tell us something about your work and achievements.
Yes, let me explain 3 examples of my research and technical achievements. Number 1, well, we found the main cables were corroded on modern suspension bridges in Japan. My team clarified why the cable corroded and how to prevent corrosion and how much strength and ductility the corroded wires have. This work was internationally recognized when we published a scientific paper in IABSE journal SEI, and the jury selected our paper for the IABSE Outstanding Paper Awards in 2004. Number 2, I was engaged in the construction of cable-stayed footbridge, where the girder vibrated laterally when a large number of people crossed. This was a totally new phenomenon. We clarified the mechanism of this vibration and suppressed it with tuned liquid dampers. This work was published in an international journal in 1997, and the same vibration problem occurred on the London Millennium Bridge 7 years later. I further developed this study, and one of my papers was conferred the Henry Adams Award by the Institution of Structural Engineers. Number 3, I developed a new steel concrete composite railway bridge using concrete-filled steel tubes as the main girders. These CFD girders have very good bending strength, but also have a high resistance against noise and vibrations. Therefore, the bridge was constructed on the actual project for the bullet train line in Japan, and it was also adopted in other countries like Korea.
Tell us your experience working with international colleagues and how this influenced you.
Yes, I did my PhD at Imperial College London and was supervised by Professor Tom Wyatt. He played a major role in developing the Severn Bridge the innovative suspension bridge with a streamlined box girder. He was also a great educator. We have more than just a student-to-teacher relationship because due to our common interest in bridge engineering, we continued to exchange views until he passed away. It is from him that I learned that the most important thing as a scientist and engineer is to think logically and to create new ideas. Dr. Simon Bailey, former chair of the SEI Editorial Board, invited me to join the board. It was virtually the first time for me to work in an international expert team. I enjoyed the work and I learned a lot from other editors in the team, such as Professor Bert Schneider and Professor Yang Doom, who are both heavily involved in IABSE's activities. This exposure has widened my view on how to contribute to the international structural engineering community. I have taught or supervised many international students at Tokai University, Lehigh University, and the University of Surrey. They are from all over the world, such as Egypt, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Paraguay, USA, Thailand, Korea, China, and so on. They learned something from me, but I have learned much more from them. I managed to understand what kind of problem they have in their own countries and how different they are compared with things in Japan. I have broad and strong worldwide connections owing to my former students and colleagues from IABSE.
You were elected a vice president in 2017. What do you wish to achieve?
Yes, I feel honored to have been elected as vice president, and I will do my best to further develop this association. We all know that the IABSE has a long history and is recognized as the most authoritative association in the field of structural engineering. However, the number of members has been decreasing in some countries. Unfortunately, Japan is one of them. The young engineers think that although SEI and SED are useful publications, but it can't be a sufficient reason to become a member. They feel it is not easy to participate in the technical activities such as task groups because of geographical distance, lack of information and professional contacts. Also, they can participate in congresses and symposiums without membership. I think that we have to provide new benefits to attract them. I have a couple of ideas. First, how about setting up a sort of online forum on IABSE's website or using social medias? Any member can ask questions and other members can answer or make comments about the raised questions. This forum makes possible the interactive exchange of knowledge and information between young engineers and senior engineers and also researchers. It solves the distance problem. But the key of this system is to how to make it easy to use and how to notify to everybody. Second idea, IABSE could issue a certificate or qualification such as IABSE Structural Engineer to members who take required e-learning courses and pass examinations. If this certificate or qualification is accepted in international construction markets, this would be a great benefit for young engineers. As IABSE is not an educational organization, there may be some obstacles to realize this system. However, I'd like to just mention that the similar system has been successfully established by the Japan Society of Civil Engineers and accepted by the central and local government in Japan. Another issue is e-learning, which would greatly benefit the members and attract young engineers. We have to provide two-level e-learning courses, one for young engineers and another for advanced engineers. Young engineers need basic knowledge of structural engineering, whereas advanced engineers want to know new technologies or in-depth knowledge. I have some experience with e-learning in Japan and would like to help to develop the IABSE e-learning system.
How do you think we can get more members from Japan?
Well, it's not very easy to increase the IABSE members in Japan, but we are trying to organize some events and programs. We have a financial support program to encourage young engineers to participate in IABSE conferences. There is another new challenge. Japan, China, Korea initiated IABSE Young Engineers Colloquium in East Asia as a regional activity. The first colloquium was held at Tongji University, Shanghai in 2018, and the second one will be held at Tokyo Institute of Technology this year. The registration fee is only about 1/10 of a usual symposium, and also travel expenses are pretty low, which can make participation much easier. We shall try to continue this event and are hoping that young engineers will get interested in IABSE and its activities.
Any advice for young engineers to get benefit from IABSE?
Yes, I'd like to advise young engineers from my own experience as a structural engineer. Most of you would come across unexpected problems when you are engaged in any field. In my case, I found a cable corrosion on a suspension bridge only 6 years after it was completed. I also experienced a new vibration, a problem on the footbridge. They were totally unexpected to me. I was shocked and had no idea how to solve these issues in the beginning. I luckily managed to solve these problems successfully. So if you face a serious situation, a serious problem, I advise you to take the following steps. Number 1, don't panic, stay calm. It's very important. Number 2, find out what is happening by visual inspection or field measurements. Number 3, clarify the cause or a mechanism of the problem. And then number 4, propose a couple of countermeasures, not just one, and choose the most practical one. And then number 5, the final one, apply this countermeasure and assess its effectiveness. This is how I successfully tackled my unexpected problems. As for IABSE activities, I would advise you to attend congresses and symposiums. and make presentation and share ideas, discuss and network, join task group, and work together with international experts. There are plenty of senior engineers and researchers at IABSE who have know-how and information. It's very useful for young engineers to be keeping in contact with them.
Anything else you wish to add?
Yes, I'm very proud of being a member of IABSE, which is the best organization in structural engineering worldwide. It is interesting to work with nice people from all around the world. I encourage young engineers to join IABSE and grow with us at the early stage of your careers.
Thank you, Shunichi.
My pleasure. See you soon.